Hello everybody, how are you doing today? I am doing very well, thank you. Today I'm going to be doing something quite exciting for you. Well, it's exciting for me. I hope it's exciting for you. If you like journaling, maybe it is. So today I'm going to be finishing off my little journal that I took with me to Copenhagen. Someone recently commented on my post and asked me, have you finished your Copenhagen journal? And I just absolutely love that you remember what journals I haven't finished and which ones I have finished. That really made me laugh. And thank you for that comment, whoever commented, because it did remind me that I actually had not finished my Copenhagen journal. I was actually literally halfway through, and I think I might have mentioned that I will do the other half in another video. So that's the video today. And I just want to point out as well, I went to Copenhagen for I think around 4 days. It was back in January now, so I think it was about 4 days, and I've managed to fill this journal, which is 16 pages, and I'm excited to show you how I did that, with what exactly. So like I said, I went on this trip back in January. So if you're like me and you just don't find the time to journal sometimes, I think, don't feel bad because I do it too. I leave things for a very long time, but it is nice to come back to it. And it's also nice to come back after a long time and go over those memories. Like, I went back through all my photographs and I had a look what I ate and where I went. I also have my timeline set up on my phone, so I can always see what places I visited as well. And I always find that really useful if I'm a bit confused on what I did on what day. And also, just to point out, I'm not one of those people that has to put everything in order exactly. I just want to look at this journal and get an overall capsule of the trip, like what we ate, what we saw, what we did. It doesn't matter to me exactly which day, but obviously you can stamp the dates in there. That would be nice too. I have the journal in front of me now, so I'm just looking. So the last page I did was when we spent the day in Nyhavn. And then I decided to do a full page about Wagamama. And this is how I ended up filling out all of these pages, because I did things like this. So this one particular day, we walked around all day, and I have also documented what we did on the day. But in the evening, we were so hungry, and it was quite late at night. And obviously, we lived in Japan for a long time, and if you've never eaten at Wagamama, it's a really delicious food. It's a combination of lots of different Asian food from all over, lots of different places, and they've just kind of made their own version of all these different Asian foods. So I was able to have gyoza and ramen, which is obviously from Japan, and they have gyoza, I think, a type of gyoza dumpling in China too. So anyway, it was just amazing, and we ordered way too much food, and we were absolutely stuffed to the point where it was just a bit grotesque. Do you ever eat so much that you think, wow, I'm a bit gross right now? But it was worth it. So I did an entire page about Wagamama. And I also picked up loads of memorabilia and pamphlets, and so as you can see, I'm using some of those now. So the Gylptotetek, is it called Gylptotetek? Because it says Gylptoteket, but I pronounced it Gylptotetek. I don't know if that's right, but it is a museum which I think it's whoever came up with Carlsberg, it's his son's collection, which is just such an interesting concept, that this building is a collection, someone's collection. So I have I collect really random things, I collect pens, and when I was younger I used to collect dice, and just so many random things I'd collect, different erasers, and I'm looking around now because I just love collecting little things. So the thought of this person just collecting artwork from all over the world, it really was very interesting, and the building itself was absolutely beautiful. And they had an exhibition on as well, which was about the Egyptians, and that was absolutely amazing. It was so fascinating, so I highly recommend that. We were in there all day. So I chose to use the pamphlets and memorabilia that I picked up as the decoration for that day, and I just wrote about, like, I found it really interesting and the building was stunning. So yeah, and then this page that you can see now, this so I had lots of pinpoints. I always do this before I visit a place. I pinpoint any places that I want to go to, so, and I'll put them in order, like I'll use different icons to say what they are. So I'll have like stationery stores, they'll have a little heart icon, or somewhere like this is like a interesting place to visit, I'll have a little house icon or something like that to separate them. So this place is called the Meatpacking District, and I heard a lot of good things about it. Apparently they have great food and they're known for their nightlife. So I thought, oh, I'll go there in the morning, they'll probably have a market and we can get some breakfast. But because I'm not really a nightlife person, I want to put my slippers on and go and watch a movie and have a cup of tea kind of person. So I wanted to go in the morning, but actually it was all closed up and there was no breakfast there. So we just walked around for a little while, and I just thought it was quite funny that we walked all that way and then there was nothing there. But I'm sure at night it's great. It has really good reviews. And then this one, we were walking around and it was raining, and we actually stopped to get a cheesecake at this place. It said the best cheesecake in town, and I just thought, what great marketing is that? Like, even if it's not the best cheesecake in town, like, it says that it is, so you feel like you have to try it. And we had a lemon pie cheesecake and it was huge. We just shared one between us and this massive cup of tea, and it was this tiny little building and it was absolutely rammed in there. So we decided to sit outside, and my husband looked so cute. He was all wrapped up in his like winter things, and it was raining a little bit, and we were outside eating a cheesecake and watching all the people on the street. And people in Denmark, they have such cool fashion. They're like, you know, Danish design is obviously famous all around the world, but yeah, they really do have a very unique fashion style. So I was loving it. I was drawing pictures of people and taking notes and looking at like colours and shapes and everything. It was very interesting. So I just wanted to document in general this this moment because it was really fun for us. And also the coins, the krona, they are so pretty. They have little hearts on and little swirls, and I just think they're really, really pretty coins. So I wanted to draw a coin as well. And then I think this was, I don't know if it was the next day or later in the evening, but again, we ate on the street. There was like a restaurant which had these seats outside, and we ate pizza. And I just want to say as well, we went in January, so it was quite cold, but there was still loads of people outside eating, and it was quite a common thing, which I love because I love people watching. I love being out in the atmosphere. This place was so cute. I can't remember the name of it. It was Mama something, but the pizza was great. We shared a pizza and we just sat on the street. Again, it was raining a little bit, but they had the like heat things. So what I've done on this page is I've just spread across the entire page, just the table, and then I have my husband on one side and me on the other side. Obviously I could make this, it doesn't have to be like a full page spread. I could just do like one page of everything we ate on the trip, but like I said, I want to fill the entire journal, and we only went for 4 days. So as you can see, I've already made 3 pages just based on food alone. And food is so important to me when I go on a trip. Like, I really want to try everything that the place has to offer. I think especially after living in Japan, like I tried all sorts of different foods, and I just don't have that fear anymore of trying different foods. Obviously this is pizza, so there's no fear there, but I really just wanted to try everything. And again, I just realised how much of this journal is food, but as you can see, I'm drawing a hot dog. This hot dog was the best hot dog I have ever eaten in my life. It was amazing, and I think we actually got another one the next day. It was so good, and there is so much comfort food in Denmark. There's so many pastries and breads, and oh, it's just so good. I loved it. We definitely indulged when we were there. It was amazing. Oh, and we also had this chai tea latte, and then we walked along Nyhavn at night, which was so beautiful because it had all the twinkly lights, and it was just lovely. We walked around so much and saw so much of Copenhagen. Like, I don't think there was even a square inch that we didn't cover. So with this chai latte as well, that was a cute little story. We went up to the man who was serving. He had this little car which was yellow, and it was a tiny little car, and he said, if you can guess the name, then you can have this latte for free. And I was racking my brain, what would it be called? I think I guessed wasp or something like that, and he said no, it's bumblebee. And I thought, oh, of course, I was so close. Oh, I think I said like banana or something, or minion or something like that, because it was bright yellow. But that was also a really nice memory as well. But yeah, you have to try these hot dogs. It was in like a little street vendor, and I actually told the guy as well. I said, that is the best hot dog I've ever eaten, and he was like, oh, thank you. But it was amazing. So then another way to fill out your journal is to draw what you packed for your trip, or maybe your favorite outfits. That's always a nice thing. I always remember, like, memories always come back to me when I remember what I was wearing on the day, or what someone else was wearing. I don't know why I like this connection with clothes and like whatever I was doing at the time. Is very, very strange. But I always have this connection. So I decided to do a full page of what clothes I took, and I was really proud of myself because for this trip I only took 2 outfits and a change of t-shirt, like a couple of different changes of t-shirts, because it was so cold. I just wanted to layer, but obviously having bulky like layer clothes in your suitcase is going to take up all the room. So I actually, me and my husband both just had 2 outfits, and we rotated the different clothes, and it was really good. Like, I packed very minimal, and I came back with loads of room in my case as well. It was great. And then obviously I documented the going in the airport and the airplane, and I also wanted to document leaving. So I just think it puts you right back in that moment. I know it's a bit boring to like write about an airport or what you did in the airport, but I do think airports around the world are quite unique, and there's something about them. So this particular one had a massive window behind us, like obviously you could see all the airplanes, and we were sitting on these high chairs which were very Danish design. They were really cool. And there was a group of children which were obviously going on a school trip, and they were going to London, and they were so excited about it, saying what they were going to see and what they were going to eat, and they were practicing their English, and it was just really, really nice, and kind of what's the word, like not humble, but I don't know, it was just very sweet and innocent, and they were so excited, and it reminded me of my school trips when I was a kid. I never got to go to another country. Oh, I did. I got to go to France. I did get to go to France for a week, I think it was, which was really fun. So yeah, that was really nice to witness, and just drawing the airport as well, and it takes you back to that exact moment and those memories. So then I think this is the last page. I actually documented what I purchased from Copenhagen, which you didn't really get to see it much there, but I will show you now. So I'm going to do a full flip of the journal. Woo! So starting at the front of the journal, obviously I did this little decoration. I just got some stickers, and then I think I did this on the go because you can tell by my handwriting. I have 2 different styles of handwriting. I have this one, which is probably the most genuine to me. It's like definitely very messy and just free. It's just wild. And then I have a very neat when I'm concentrating, which is completely different. So you'll see which things I did while I was on the move and which things I did while I was stationary. So you can kind of tell. This as well, this style of drawing is really fun, but I actually sketched all of these things, I think, while I was out and about, so I could remember them, or I took pictures of them so I could sketch them later. Again, the classic Nyhavn. I have to draw that. Oh, and also I bought these Caran d'Ache pencils, and I used that throughout the entirety of the journal, because I just thought I bought them on this trip, so I thought it would be nice to actually use them throughout the entirety of the journal. So that's what I did. If you're wondering what crayons I used, they're like these watercolor pencils, and I love them. I love the tin, I love everything about them. I use them all the time. So yeah, this page I didn't really talk about, but that was a really fun morning. We had breakfast in like a basement, and we could see people's feet walking past, and it was snowing a little bit as well, which was really fun. And then yeah, that man was dressed very cool, so I drew a picture of him. So we're coming on to what I did today mostly, and then we're going to be finishing up here. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, and hopefully if you have a journal that has been left, like a little travel journal that you've been meaning to finish off, hopefully this has inspired you to do so. And also maybe you can do literally your own versions. Like if you had the best food ever, make a whole page spread about it and what you packed. And yeah, I hope you feel inspired to finish off some of your journals as well. The last page as well, I picked up some really amazing things which I've always wanted, from like Studio Ahoy and also like antique shops. So yeah, I loved it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next week with a brand new video. Take care everybody, have a great week. Bye.